6th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Gemorah.
We got up to Dalet.
Hello again, Rabbi.
How you doing, Lou?
Baruch Hashem, doing well.
Glad to hear it. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so where are we holding?
I think we're on Tzadi Daled Ahmed Base, the very bottom of the page.
Oh, okay.
Almost ready to turn the page.
Oh, very good.
Rav Chisda.
Rav Chisda. The Yoma Rav Chisda.
Sadik Dalad,
94B4, Roy.
probably 4 I've got there.
Left-hand column. In the middle of the first paragraph, it says, and Rav Chisda said.
Oh, I'm looking at the right hand. All right, Rav Chisda. Now I'm looking at the left hand.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember this. We had contrary brises. There was brises that said that the Gazlanim make hashava. They return the stolen item, and then there's a brises that says that the one that was stolen from doesn't accept it, doesn't take it,
Right.
doesn't take it back. So the Gemorah's answer over there was Amrei Maksirin. It's true that this is what they're required to do, the Gazlanim, the Ein Makabli Mehem, and it's also what the stolen party is required to do. He's required to not accept it from him. And if you'll ask why it is that he goes through this Purim spiel, why is he making this this offer to return if it's going to be refused? So we answered, let's say Sidei Shemayim, so that to fulfill his obligation to the Bezdin upstairs. Because
Right.
what's in regard to the Bezdin downstairs, his obligation is not to return the stolen item itself, but his obligation is only to return the value of the item as it was when it was stolen. So if it appreciates or he improves it somehow, the gezerah was to encourage him to do tshuva, that he doesn't need to return that improved increased value. Okay. So on that the Gemara asked, if so, that they're gonna not accept the return of the table back. Amai tshuvasim kasha. So why is their tshuva difficult? Who said it was difficult?
Well, if you do tshuva, what does that entail? Doesn't it entail making up as well as not doing it again when the same opportunity arrives?
Because they have stolen from so many people that it is impossible for them to know to whom they must return the stolen property. Rashi.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I see that in the Gemara now. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Kasha, because in other words, these people, the tax collectors and the shepherds, they've stolen from so many people. They have no idea who to make the return to. So their tshuva, their repentance is made very difficult thereby. So so we said. Oh, so that's the question over here. If there in any case not, I don't understand the Gemara's question now either, because what we're saying though is that the Gazlan does have to make the offer to and go ahead and return it to that person that he stole it from. And in the case of these tax collectors and shepherds, they can't do that either for the very same reason. They don't know who it is that they make this offer of return to. So in any case, let's take a look at what the Gemara answers. Of Va'ode Maseifa. No, then the Gemara says, before they answer that question, they got another question. Take a look at what it says in the Seifa. Ein makirin, she'ein makirin, u'she'ein makirin. Yasa behen sarke tzibor. Oh, so that was what it said in the Seifa of the Brisa. In the event that they do not know who it is that they have to make the return to, so they just make a donation, so to speak, a giving to the Tzarkei Tzibor for the needs of the community, and that's where we got to Rav Chizda. So let's go to directly to Rav Chizda. But Amar Rav Chizda, Lou, you want to read Amar Rav Chizda?
And Rav Chizda said, Boros Shichin Ume Aros. Boros, pits, and Shichin and Me Aros. It says trenches and vaults as water reservoirs.
Oh,
so Rav Chizda says that the money, I guess the money that goes for public needs goes for to build water reservoirs.
right.
I think it just means public works in general.
Well, the point is that evidently the Brisa means to say that they must actually return the stolen money. So if they have to return the stolen money, then that contradicts the idea that their tshuva is made easy because they don't have to return the stolen money.
Oh, very good. Take a look at Rashi. Rashi over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from the bottom of the Rashis. In Dibra Maskil.
Boros,
yeah.
Shichin Oros. Lahachnim Bahen Mayim. Lishchot dehayu devar hatzarich lechol lechol. Okay, so let's translate that. There's water in them to drink. That it is a something that is needed for all. V'hayinu mehen hanigzarlim alma ahadori boye. That it is from them hanig zalim. What is hanig zalim? Oh, that they stole?
Those are the ones that were stolen from. They were right? Gazlanim is the ones that steal, and nigzalim, they were the ones that were stolen from.
The victims.
Yeah, for the right.
So the victims always,
Yahanu mehen. Yahanu mehen hanigzolim.
what's Yahanu?
Yahanu from the word hana.
Oh, they benefit.
They get hana from these public works, the nigzolim, the ones that were stolen from.
The ones who were stolen from get benefit from these things, these works. Ahadure boye. What's ahadure?
Okay, first the word alma.
Alma means always. No?
No, la'olam means always. La'olam is
Oh,
always.
okay.
And alma is it means so we see.
So we see.
Yeah, Rashi's giving us the pshat on a silver platter over here. Whenever you see this alma, you get very, very happy because you here's Rashi telling you what the pshat in the Gemorah is.
Okay. So what is
Alma, so we see
what is ahadure?
hadure from the word hadar.
Splendor?
Okay, true. That's in Lashon HaKodesh, but in Aramaic, lader is like the word lahachzir. It's the same. It's the same. It's the resh it goes in place of the Zion, and the anyway. So the hadur means to return.
To return. It's necessary. It's needed.
Right. He needs to return it. That's what you said. That was the pshat.
It needs to return it because it benefits the people who were stolen from.
We see from the brisa, from the seif of the brisa, that in the case of the Goslin who the tax collectors, we require them to make these reservoirs, these public works, and like that, the people that they stole from are indirectly benefited. So it's a form of making return to them. So Rashi. So what's the whole point of that though? What's the bottom line that comes out from that seif of the brisa? Is that Rashi tells you, Alma. So we see the Gemorah is saying this as a kasha. You see from here that he does need to return. He does actually need to make to return it. And it's not the case that it's not the case that the stolen party will just the nigzal, he'll just say, "Oh, you don't have to give it back to me." No. The Chazal made a decree over here that in the case of these tax collectors and shepherds, that they're not able to return it directly to the hand of the person who they got it stolen from. So therefore, what can they do? So they do reservoirs, they do public works, and like that, there's a certain type of benefit, indirect, that the person that was stolen from, he will receive. But what's the whole point of that, says Rashi? Alma. So we see over here, according to this part of the brisa, that the Goslin does need to return the stolen stuff that he stole.
And that's why it's difficult.
Yeah, because that contradicts the brisa that says, oh, he doesn't have to return it. Or you'll say, oh yeah, he has to return it, but then they say, oh no, don't give it back to us. What do you mean? Over here, he's gotta give it. Nobody's saying don't make the reservoir. He's got to make that reservoir. So over here, the bottom line is, says Rashi, we see that the Goslin needs to to return the stolen article. And in this case, where he's not able to return the stolen article because he doesn't know who he stole it from, so we tell him to do do public works and reservoirs, and like that there'll be some element of return that he could make. But really, the idea would be is that if he would have the ability to actually return it to the one that he knows that he stole it from, he should have done that. And that's inconsistent with what we've been saying, that he doesn't need to. The guy says, "Oh, don't give it back to me." So those are the two kashas that the Gemorah has on the table right now. Shuvas and kasha. What's so kasha? Why is it so kasha if he doesn't have to? If they just have to say, "Oh, don't make the reservoir. You don't have to do anything." We see over here he does have to. Okay. So on that, we read the answer that the Gemorah gives over here. And we go to Roy to read the answer. Ella.
Ella lo kasha. Rather, there's no difficulty for the following reason. Ka'an kadem tikkunah. Here in this price I just cited, which states that the robber must actually pay, it refers to the law before the enactment made in the times of Rebbe. Kan laha tikkunah, whereas here in the first price cited above, which states that one is not to accept what robbers and lenders on interest return, it refers to the law after the enactment made in the times of Rebbe.
Okay. Just looking to see where it was that we had Rebbe say anything. Oh yeah, Bimei Rebbe Nishnas Mishnazu. That's what Rabbi Yochanan said.
Where's that?
This is Rabbi Yochanan can be found. This is this is up by the you see the about 12 lines down from the top of the page, there's two dots towards the end of the line.
Yes.
And over there, the Gemorah quotes a brisa. And a couple lines down after that, the first words in the line, Omer Rabbi Yochanan, Bimei Rebbe, Nishnis Mishnazu. In the days of Rebbe, this Mishnah was taught.
94b1.
Here, this is an interesting answer that the Gemorah is giving. We see that the brisa, the historical aspect of the brises is that they were written. One brisa, the Gemorah says, was written before Rebbe made his takana, and so therefore that brisa with the tax collectors and the shepherds that says they got to make reservoirs in public works. That was taught. That brisa was taught before the enactment of Rebbe. That's the way the Gemorah is going to be answering over here. In the days of after Rebbe makes his takana sashavim, the ordinance to help the gazlanim to be able to make a tshuva. And according to that, that's when we say we don't accept it from them. We don't accept it. And according to this, our Mishnah, even our Mishnah, it says that he does have to return. Where does our Mishnah fit in? He stole planks of wood and he made it into a bookcase. And now this is getting quite complicated over here. What are we saying over here? That he when he makes the offer of return, according to Rebbe, he's always going to refuse. He's supposed to refuse, at least, the guy, the nigzal, the party that was stolen from. So that's what we have so far. That's the Gemorah's answer at this point. Yeah. That's what Gemorah seems to be coming out at this point. We're still not. We still haven't concluded this sugi over here. So maybe we'll keep reading over here. We got more time.
Yes.
Vahashta the Amar of Nachman. Oh, let's. We have a Rashi over here. Lou, you want to read this Rashi? The last Rashi on the page.
Okay. Let's see. Kodem Tikana Savisi Rebbe Nishanis me Mishana Zu de me sieve le mahadar. Okay. Before the decree,
I don't understand this.
in the days of Rebbe, Nishnanis. I don't know what Nishnais is.
Shemimei Rebbe, because in the days of Rebbe, Nishnas was taught. Mishnah Zu.
Taught. This Mishnah was taught that he was obligated to return.
Right. Those are the words. That's the words that.
So before the decree, he learned that they taught that it had to be returned. The money had to be returned. And after the decree, I guess they taught the opposite.
So didn't Rebbe Nishnas Mishnah Zu? Oh, 1 second. This is just trying to put the pieces together over here. Rebbe Nishnas Mishnah Zu. That's what Rabbi Yochanan said. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go further. Maybe it'll become clear over here. Is there any art scroll comment on this Kan Kodem Takana, Kan Achar Takana? This was taught before the Takana. This was taught after the Takana.
No.
No. Okay.
Now, there's a very lengthy comment, but it's about the selling and the repenting. It's not about the tikana.
Oh, where on which part of the Gemara is that comment?
In which case the repentant robber would find it very hard to repent. It's on the, where is it? 536.
It's
Yeah, it's right near the end. It's where the stolen article was not extant. I don't think we've gotten to that yet, actually.
no, I haven't
Yeah,
got.
we didn't get to that yet. Okay, so let's keep. Yeah, that's one of the things that we. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's we have a few more. We have a few more lines over here. We're going to go to the other side of the. Okay, what do we have over here? We got one more line. Okay, V'hashta Damar of Nachman. Hashta Damar of Nachman. This is the second line from the bottom of the Amud. Hashta the Amar Rav Nachman.
That's paragraph on 94 before.
Alan, you want to read for us?
Okay, last, yeah. Vahashtor, the Omar, Rav Nachman. And now that Rav Nachman has said, Bishain, Zela, Kayemes, the enactment made in the times of Rebbe pertains only to where the stolen article is not extant. Filu Temor, Ed La'achar Ta Kornor. You can even say that both this brisa and this brisa were taught after the enactment made in the times of Rebbe, below Kashor, and still there is no difficulty.
Wow. Hashdam Rab Nachman b'she'en kezela kayemis. When the stolen article is no longer around, it's not in existence.
I think at this point I should point out what the art scroll says here, that even if the stolen article has been materially changed, it is still considered extant with regard to this enactment. Although the robber has acquired the article, he has not consumed it, and that it is not considered an undue hardship for him to return its value to the owner. Thus, the robber would have to return the value of the changed but extant article, the existing article, to the owner. The robber would have to return the value of the changed but existing article to the owner, and the owner would be permitted to accept it.
So what was okay? So that begs the question. So what is not required? What is okay? This may be an eye opener over here. Let's. Okay, so what you're saying is that let's just repeat what you're saying. We're trying to repeat what you're saying. We can understand this over here. V'she'en gezela kayemis. You're saying that we're talking about the Goslin stole an article, And now the article, let's say he changed it. He stole the wood, he made it into a table.
Right.
So we're saying that in that case, what do we mean that he doesn't need to?
We're saying that the article is still extant. It hasn't been, it's not out of existence. It still exists
And therefore what?
with regard to this enactment.
Yeah.
And so the robber has acquired, although the robber has acquired the article, he hasn't consumed it.
And therefore,
It's not considered an undue hardship for him to return its value to the owner.
okay, so
So we have to return the value of the changed but extant article to the owner.
okay, now is this talking this this is even after the Tekanas Hashavim has been made, even after there's been an ordinance to assist the tshuva of the Goslin, we'll still require him to give back the value of the wood that he stole.
Mhm.
So when is it so in which scenario is it that the person that was stolen from is required to not receive the article from the Goslin?
Would not receive. I think that's to do with, isn't that to do with money rather than the object?
Okay, 1 second. Before we get to the art scroll comment, let's try to understand the words of the Gemorah first.
Mhm.
Hashdamer Rab Nachman. Now that Rab Nachman has said, "B'she'en gezela kayemes," those are the words of Rab Nachman. When the stolen article is no longer existing, that's what he said. So now that Rab Nachman has said that, filu tema idi v'idi, we could say both. Idi v'idi means this one and that one. We could say that both of the brises that we said were contradicting. One brisa said he's returning it. The other brisa says, but the guy's not accepting it. Both brises have been talking about after the takana. There's no longer any contradiction. Lokash. Why is it that there's no longer any contradiction? Since Rav Nachman has said this, and there's no Rashi here to help us.
Is there a Tosafos?
No. Okay. Let's see.
No, let's see.
Okay, I have a comment over here from the Shita Mikobetsis. Shita Mikobetsis makes a comment over here. He says in the name of the Ramah, oh, this sounds like what the art scroll was telling us. That even after the Goslin has acquired the article that he stole through a shinui, he's made a change in the article. He's made it into a table. That nevertheless is regarded as a case where the stolen article is still in existence. it's still in existence, the stolen wood that he stole. It's now just been made into a table. Shekain sof sof yesh lo mimala shalem. Because in that case, he says, he has from what to pay back he has what to pay back the nigzal, the party that he stole it from. And remember, this was the issue that the Gemorah brought up with the story with the guy that he was doing. He was a gazlan, and he wanted to do tshuva, and he mentioned, I guess, to his wife that he wants to do tshuva, and his wife said, "You foolish one that you are! How are you going to do tshuva? If you're going to do tshuva, that means you have to return all the stolen items that you stole, and if so, then you'll have to even remove the belt from your stomach over there and give it back, because everything you have is stolen. You'll be left with nothing." So even in that case, so therefore, what did the guy do? He said, "Ooh, I didn't think of that. You're right. We can't do tshuva." So this is what makes it so difficult about doing tshuva, because the whole idea of tshuva means that the gazlan has to give back all the things that he stole. And if he made a whole parnasa out of stealing all these things, so he's going to be left with nothing. Now that's one scenario. What about the case where he doesn't even have the belt anymore, because he went to the saloon and he already gave them the belt in order to buy a few beers. He doesn't even have the belt. So there's no way that he's going to do tshuva, because the first step of tshuva is to return the stolen item. That was the reason why they made the takana about they wanted to do something to encourage the gazlan to do tshuva, because once the gazlan decides that he's done tshuva, so then what does that mean? That means he's theoretically not going to do any more gezela anymore. That's the next step of doing tshuva, that he doesn't do any stealing anymore.
And he can't remain a gazlan either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, the Chazal wanted to be able to allow the gazlan to get to the second step, that he's going to commit, that he's not going to do any more gezel, and he's going to start a new, turn over a new leaf and start with a clean slate. That let him start with a clean slate, and now he's not going to gazel anymore. What about all the things that he needs to return? So that we had that brisa that said that, well, if he has the thing still, if it's still in existence, so he should make the offer to the person that he stole it from to give it back, and the guy is supposed to say to him, "Oh no, I'm not going to take it from you." So that further is going to help him to do tshuva. So he's not really going to need to give back the stolen item in that case. Now we're hoping, of course, that that's going to encourage him to do an actual tshuva. And like we said before, if he's going to continue to steal, so then that's not tshuva. And then presumably there'd be no reason for the stolen party to refuse it if he would give it back to him, if he ever would. I don't know if he would do that in that case. But in any case, we're starting to, I think
You're fading away, Reverend. Reverend.
What?
Hello?
Yeah? Can't hear me?
You're fading away.
I hear you.
You hear
Is
me
that
now?
me or is that everybody else? Hello?
Who can hear?
Now I can't hear you at all.
I can hear you very well.
Alan, can you hear the rabbi?
Yes, very well.
Oh, it must be me. What's the? I didn't do anything.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
I can.
Rabbi Levitt, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can
You
hear
can hear
you.
me. I can see your lips moving.
I can
I
hear
can't hear
Rabbi
you.
Levitt. I can hear Roy.
All right.
Hear Alan. Can you hear me?
I hear you very well.
Okay.
Well, time is up. Now that we can all hear each other.
Oh,
Oh,
we were just getting to the best part after the shear.
Did we go to
Okay.
95A?
I think it's me because I can't hear Lou and
Not
I
yet.
can't hear anybody.
Hooray, 95A.
Okay.
If I can hear you with these on.
All right, I'm going to sign off.
Okay, all the best.
Have a great day.